In our previous video, we have discussed about list data type. Now we are going to see the tuple data type. So what is a tuple data type? Actually, tuple is exactly same as a list, except it is immutable. In the sense, list is mutable data type, right? And tuple is immutable data type. In the sense, if we given any elements inside a list, that we can change or we can modify the elements inside the list. But while coming to the tuple, once we have assign a value to the tuple, we are not able or we are not able to perform any changes or any uh, modifications to that object. So tuple is taken when the data is fixed. So there is no changes that has to be performed in the future. Then we can take the data type as tuple. If you want to change the data in future, then we can consider a list. If you don't want to change the data in future, then we can consider tuple data type. Now we will see what are the different cases where we can take tuple data type. So the first reason is like if our data is fixed and never changed, then we should go for the tuple and insertion order is preserved. What insertion order is there? The data type is like fixed. Insertion order is there and duplicates are allowed. In the sense we can use multiple duplicates of same value inside a tuple. So duplicates are allowed inside a tuple and insertion order means order, zeroth order, first order, second order, third order. So the elements have some order. Though so order is preserved for whatever the elements that are specified inside a tuple. Now coming next, we will have heterogeneous objects. Heterogeneous. What is meant by heterogeneous objects are allowed? In the sense we can pass different data types inside a tuple. Like integer we can give, like float we can give, string we can give. So heterogeneous objects are also allowed in tuple and not growable. So we are not able to perform any changes inside the tuple like list. So there is no insertion, there is no adding of elements inside the tuple because it is immutable. So now we will see how we can. So now we will see how we can define a tuple. So if I have given like t equals to empty parenthesis, then it will consider it as a tuple. So we can see tuple is specified with parenthesis. See, whatever the elements that are specified inside a parenthesis, that will be considered as a tuple. So now we will see how to define a tuple. So if I give an empty parenthesis here, it will be considered as a tuple. So if I want to give sequence like elements inside a parenthesis, then it will be considered as a tuple. If I want to give a single element, like if I want to give only one element inside a tuple, then I have to give comma inside that tuple, because if I don't give comma separated, then it will be considered as an integer. T equals to, if I have given inside 1, then it will be considered as an integer. The type of the data, it will be considered as an integer. So we have to mandatorily give comma separated values. So if I give 10 comma, then it will be also considered as a tuple. If I give t equals to 10 comma 20 comma 30, then it also be considered as a tuple data type. Now we will see how we can define a tuple in our Python. So this is my Python console where we can see how we can assign a value to the tuple. So we will see how t equals to, first we will see this scenario, empty parenthesis, that means tuple with no elements. So now I will see what is the type of a t. Now what is showing, it is showing me the type of a t as a tuple, right? So now we will see what is the single element. If I pass single element, like if I pass single element 5 to this tuple, it will be considered as a integer because I don't specify comma separated. So if I wanted to give a single element to a tuple, then we should mandatorily give a comma after that element. So then only Python will consider that type as a tuple. Okay. Again, we can specify tuple with only comma separated without giving parentheses. So if I given this like 10 comma 20 comma 30, then Python will take it as a tuple only. So if I have given tuple, same it will be considered. Now if I wanted to give like multiple elements inside a tuple, then I can specify my elements inside a parenthesis as per our use, then it will be considered the type as tuple. So these are the different ways how we can assign a values to a tuple. Okay, now we will see how a we convert another forms of data type into a tuple. Suppose if I have a list, if I have a list of elements like 1 2 5 6 9, then now I will see how I can convert this data type of, we can see what is the type of L. So this is the list, right? Now I can convert this list data type into tuple by using tuple function, like tuple, tuple of L. So now what will be the output? 1 2 5 6 separated with comma and closed with a parenthesis. That means the list object is converted into the tuple. Now we will see what is the I will assign some variable to this. So now we will see what is the type of a, now I will see what is the type of a f variable here. So you can see, right, that list object is converted into the tuple. So these are the ways we can define a tuple. Now we will see how we can access the elements of a tuple. T equals to 1 2 3 4. Now how can access the elements inside the tuple? By using index and slicing. So for tuple we can apply both indexing and slicing. What is indexing? Suppose if I want to get index of 3, then what will be the output? It is 0 1 2 3. The output will be the 2. Suppose if I want to get the index of 4, then output will be like 3. Now we will see how we can apply slicing. If I want to get elements from 1 to 3, then I can give like 0 to 3. Then only I can get 1 2 3, right? So we will see how we can apply index and slicing in our Python console. So now we will see how we can perform index and slicing operations to this tuple. So now I want to get index 0. What is the element that is present in a 0th element in this tuple? Then I can say t of 0. What it will give? It will give me the 10. that means in the 0th index. So 10 is the 0th index, so t of 0 is given me like 10. Now I will get t of 3. What will the output? 4. So 40. What will the output? 40. So in third index I have like 40. If I have given first 5, it will be throw me an error like type index out of range, because the index which we have given here is out of range. So now we will see how we can perform slicing operation to the same tuple. So now I want to get the elements from 10 to 30. So now I can give my slice operator like 3 equals to 0 to 30, in the sense that is 0, 1, 2 element, right? So I have to give 3. Then we will get from 0, 20, 30. So 10, 20, 30 I will get. So by this way we can perform slice operation. So if I want to get a element slice operation, right, we can also perform step operator here by using 0, 2, minus 1, and this is my step. What is my step? My step value will be like 2. Then it will skip one element in between the elements, so it will give me the 10 and 30, because it will be our step value will be 2, right? So the first element, the step value will be 2, so 1 and 2. The second element will be 30, and there is no another element to perform, so it will give me the output like 10 and 30. So in this way we can perform index and slicing operation. So we have seen how to take the tuple elements and how to perform index and slicing inside a tuple. So now we will see what are the functions that we can apply to the tuple data types. Like we can use length function to get the length of elements inside the tuple. We can use count function to count the number of repetitions of that particular element inside a tuple. Then we can get index function to get index of a specific element present inside the tuple. Then we have sorted function that will sort our tuple data type in a sequential manner. And we have minimum function, and we have max function that will give the minimum value in tuple, and this will give max value inside the tuple. So now we will see how we can perform this list of functions inside a tuple. So we will see within our Python. If you want me to take in another tuple, just take me a new tuple here. Then we will take 10, 20, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 5, 6, 6, 6, 9, 80, 71, 44, 20. Let me take, this is my sample tuple, and what is my type of t? Is a tuple data type, right? So now I will perform all the functions that we can apply in tuple. So let me start with length function. So now I applying length function to my tuple, it will give me the 16. So it have 16 elements inside the tuple. So now we will count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. So there are 16 elements that are present inside the tuple. So length function is used to find out the number of elements or length of the tuple. Now we will perform the count function to this tuple. To perform count function, we will give like our tuple t dot count of that specific element which we want to count. So in this tuple I want to count number of 6 that are present in my tuple. So it will give me the 3. So here the number of 6 that are there is 6 repetitions. So it will give me the count as 6. Now I want to find out the index. So suppose I want to find out the index of this 80. Now I will take like t of index of, how we can take index of 80. So this function will give me the index of 80 like 12. Suppose we will see 10, 20, like 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So our index of 8 is like 12. Now I want to sort my tuple. How we can use sort function here? We can use like I will specify some element variable sorted of t. Print me the t, print me the p. Then we will get the tuple is sorted. So whatever the elements that are present in the tuple are sorted, right? And the output will be the list. Here you can see the output will be the list because it is closed with the square brackets. And we will see what is the type of p. Here it is a list. So why it's performed when the sorted function we applied for our tuple, it has converted our tuple to the list because tuple is an immutable, right? So for 0th index only 10 will be there. If you want to sort, that one will be replaced with the here 0, right? So that's why the tuple has converted to the list to perform sorted operation or sorted function. Now you understood, right, why tuple is mutable and list is a mutable data type. So here we can see if you want to perform any changes to the tuple, it will convert whether it in a list or it will create a new object to perform that operations. So now we will see this minimum of t. What is the minimum element that is present inside our tuple is 1, and what is the maximum element that is present inside our tuple that we can get as 80. So 80 is the maximum element that is present in our tuple. So these are the functions that are performed in the tuple data type. So what we have covered how to specify the list objects. So what we have covered how to specify a tuple object and how index and slicing has perform in tuple, and what are the different functions that we can use with this tuple function. So this is all about tuple, and we will cover the next data type in our next video. Thank you for watching.